program that will benefit more than the current 7,500 students, a program that currently costs approximately $390 million annually. On the matter of further collaboration, I'm happy to share with the members of this honorable House that 150 students across 10 secondary schools will benefit from cognitive behavior therapy training made possible by USAID, Positive Pathways to Guidance counselors and social workers within the targeted schools. Cognitive behavior therapy training raises awareness of depression, anxiety, personality disorders, and other socio-emotional issues. Madam Speaker, I am also sharing news that the Literacy Education Acceleration Program, LEAP, will be provided to 6 additional high schools, and 10 primary schools will benefit from creative language-based learning through the support of the British High Commission. And the creative language-based learning recognizes the negative impact that sensory cognitive deficits have on a child's learning ability. The results from the Literacy Education Acceleration Program are very encouraging. 60% of the targeted group improved at least 1 grade level. 29% increased 2+ grade levels, and 10% increased 3+ grade levels in this program. So we are very encouraged, and we look forward to a greater rollout of this program and the impact it will have on literacy in our schools. But Madam Speaker, that is not all. 500 medium and high-risk students from 24 schools under the Interministerial School Support Strategy, a partnership with the Ministry of National Security, will continue to benefit from targeted interventions, psychosocial support, case management services, and behavior change intervention programs. This is in tandem with the ongoing efforts to complete the Safe School policy with the support of UNICEF. Under parenting, Madam Speaker, we understand that parents play a pivotal role in the lives of their children. And as such, the Ministry of Education and Youth, through the National Parenting Support Commission, will continue to train parents in our parent education program. And I want to reiterate that we're seeking to train in this school year a minimum of 100,000 Jamaican parents. And the NPSC, National Parenting Support Commission, will continue to drive this through a number of activities, including parent mentoring, mentorship training, and the reactivation of all parent places, all aimed at boosting parent engagement. Madam Speaker, educators are the profession that makes all other professions possible. And so we continue to invest in our educators. The nation's teachers and principals at the early childhood, primary, and secondary levels will continue to upskill themselves in numerous professional development opportunities through the National College for Educational Leadership, NCEL, and the Jamaica Teaching Council, JTC. I'm pleased to share that all remaining teachers and lecturers are expected to receive their laptops this term. There will be more smart/electronic whiteboards, more multimedia projectors, and more computer labs in primary and secondary schools that will serve as the basis for the development of critical skills for the digital age. Madam Speaker, ICT is a major pillar as we transform education for national development. I was delighted to learn recently from Honorable Dana Morris Dixon of the results of a psychometric assessment of those students who registered for the LIFT program. In the area of digital literacy simulation and verbal reasoning, the averages were 82% and 79% respectively. Thank you, whoever. I believe in the value that teachers bring to our schools and communities, and this is evidenced in my recent Teacher Tuesday feature on social media that seeks to highlight the good work being done in schools across Jamaica by phenomenal educators, and I want to say congratulations to all of them. Under infrastructure and connectivity, Madam Speaker, we will continue the work to have all our schools connected with broadband internet. To date, Madam Speaker and colleagues, we have 663 schools connected to the broadband internet. And we will be getting to more infant schools, primary schools, and secondary schools this term. Thank you to one of our important partners, Digicel, who has set up smart rooms in 11 primary schools and has committed to another 10 in this upcoming financial year. On infrastructure, Madam Speaker, this government is proud of its record of de-shifting schools across Jamaica. Since 2019, we have de-shifted Friendship Primary in St. Catherine, Albert Town High School in Trelawney, Exchange All Age in St. Anne, Cedric Titus High School in Trelawney, Marley Mount Primary in St. Catherine, Black River High School in St. Elizabeth, Grange Hill Primary in Westmoreland, and in construction is Bridgeport High School in St. Catherine. We're expected to open it. We're expected to de-shift them September 2024. And construction will begin in June of this year so we can de-shift Jonathan Grant High School in St. Catherine. And the work continues, Madam Speaker, the work continues to de-shift all the schools that are on the shift currently, and there are some 30. Yes, Lacovia is, yes, they are coming up. Yes, yes. Madam Speaker, I take this opportunity to remind members that while January is Earthquake Awareness Month, tomorrow will be observed as Earthquake Awareness Day for schools. All schools, as per directives from the Ministry of Education and Youth, in partnership with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, are encouraged to conduct earthquake safety drills. Madam Speaker and members of this honorable House, let us remember to drop, cover, and hold on when necessary.
Minister.
In closing, Madam Speaker, education is trending as we showcase the work being done in the sector to implement the 365 recommendations across the 7 pillars as outlined in the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission report, otherwise known as the Orlando Patterson-led report. Thank you for your time and attention. May God bless all of us as we continue to do the work for our beloved country, Jamaica.
Responding is the member from St. Andrew Southeastern.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I join my colleagues in wishing you all the best for 2024. I won't use that term. I'd say productive. Minister, in relation to the Education Transformation Report, one of my disappointments has been that the House itself has not been privy to a full debate on the recommendations, and I would encourage you on a quarterly basis to bring a full list of where we are with the implementation of the recommendations. I know an oversight committee was established. I understand that there is a chief transformation officer, but I must tell you as a member of this House, I can't say where we are in that process. And given that this is so critical to almost everything that we do, I believe it's important that we know of the 365, whether we have done 5 or 10, and what the progress is, what the cost is, what the challenges are. So I'm encouraging you to, on a, whether it be quarterly or some other periodic basis, that you come to the House with that. The second question I have relates to the laptops and that the teachers and lecturers. Can you indicate how many or what percentage of the teachers are yet to receive? And is this the laptops that were committed from the heads of agreement signed between the JTA and the Ministry of Finance, I believe in 2018, but don't hold me to the year. But I know there was a heads of agreement signed. And finally, I want to talk a little bit about special needs children. There's a real deficit in the education system in, one, assessing children who have special needs. Many of the kids who we say don't now learn, they have challenges, and they are not either recommended for assessment, or if they are recommended, the cost of doing an assessment is prohibitive. And secondly, there are very few professionals who can do assessments. So if you go privately, you have a wait list of up to a year. I want to know what the ministry is doing to, one, provide more support for parents who have those special needs children, who need the assessment, and then once the assessment is done, to provide a pathway for their learning, which is going to be slightly different from the normal stream. Many of them end up being the problem of the Minister of National Security because they become troubled children. And we say them can't learn, head tough, need to lick. Those are the things we say. But they have issues. But those issues are just undetected throughout. And those issues were amplified over the 2-year period where we didn't have face-to-face. And the final thing I want to, again, we know resources are tight, but there's again a huge deficit in terms of parents who have those special needs children, who need to place them in educational institutions outside of the normal schools, and they simply don't have the resources to place them in a private institution. The private institutions are prohibitively expensive. Those fees are tertiary level type fees. And again, many of the children get left behind because the parents can't afford it.
Member from St. Catherine Eastern.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Minister, I have some concerns in the direction that
Member from St. Catherine Eastern,
Yes.
you are required to ask the questions.
Thank you very much. Madam Minister, can you say what mechanism are you using to determine for those who you have now on your list to be getting special treatment in terms of psychiatric treatment and other treatments in the school? Do you have, can you say whether or not you have a register, or how do you go about identifying these students?
Minister, turn your mic on.
All right, thank you for the questions, members. In terms of implementation of the recommendations and updating Parliament, I have no problems doing that because we do have an oversight committee that reports to the nation as well, so there's information that can be brought to Parliament. The report was actually tabled in Parliament, and we can move to bring that to the floor to debate it and so on. So I have no problems with the updates, giving updates to Parliament. On your question with regards to the laptops, let me see the number. 22,000 teachers have already received their laptops out of a cadre of 26,000. So that's 85% of our teachers. And eLearning, who is our implementing agency, is responsible for procurement and for ensuring that the laptops are received by teachers. You asked if this was part of the heads of agreement. I recall in, I don't know, but you said 2018, you're not sure. I recall in 2016, 17, that there was an agreement, but it was for the smaller devices, the tablets at that time. And those were handed over. The laptops are, you know,
touch up and make sure that we're lucky, you know. Understand?
That's actually live.